I want you to continue the movement, take over Fresno.
You know I will, Tata, you know I will. We searched through highway remnants of El Camino de los Ancianos, through pierdas of stories told, when my bisabuelo headed to the northern part of the same desert he knew in Sonora. I could still smell his fine quartz coughs, hear Athena shuffle water against his agate body. Every story about the desert began with him. Tata, the son of a miner who slowly became land, breathing in the dust of mines until he turned to stone, showed me the spot near Red Cloud where he'd already dug his own grave. Silence echoed as we watched a lizard scatter beneath the heliodía. He squinted the sun out of his eyes and carved me an orange with his pocket knife. We are desert people, mija, he said in his voice of swallowed sand. This is your home. I sunk my teeth into the fruit, let the juice moisten my lips. My tata, his quarried skin of manganese, onyx eyes, and breath of quartz. This land is his, and now it is mine.
Really the moment for me when I was doing this project, my grandfather approached me and asked me one summer to spend some time with him, helping him write his songs. He wanted to make sure that he could carry it on. He knew that I liked to write. And so he asked me to spend a summer with him. And so I did. And we spent that summer just engulfed in amassing this huge archive of information. You know, and I was a little separated from it. It was really hard to understand all the stories. I mean, were crazy stories about him meeting Fidel Castro and Jimmy Carter eating dinner. And, you know, there was all this history attached to who he was. I needed to find other ways of looking at what I was doing. Was it film? Was it right to do film? Was that the way that I wanted to do it? And so really, it just opened up my whole way of questioning how I was going about getting all this information from my grandfather. That led me to visual ethnography. And visual ethnography is a discipline right now that's questioning a lot of things. It's questioning power, power relationships. It lives in anthropology, and so it's asking how are we looking at other cultures? How are we looking at people? And that really sat well in what I was already doing with my grandfather. And then it asked for a collaborative relationship with film subjects. And that's, of course, there was nothing more collaborative to me than this relationship that I had with my grandfather, and how I wanted to continue to do my research from that perspective. I couldn't imagine not doing research that didn't have that closeness of understanding that I had with my grandfather. What I also realized is that place and memory merged together in those stories. That he embodied this other way of knowing about beings, and that became this sort of mapping of the desert, the landscape that surrounds him. I'm very interested in looking now at this group of muralists in the Central Valley, which my mother was a part of, so she's the one on the left. They were called Las Mujeres Muralistas del Valle. They actually painted this particular mural in a farm labor camp in Parlier, which was whitewashed. And then they wrote the white race is the right race across of it. And it was stored in a church, and that church burned down. So we have slides and we have photos of what exists there. And so really I want to try to understand the collective memory of Chicana artists in the Central Valley and still approach it through visual ethnography, because I feel like that's the space that allows me to really approach it, humanistically and all